Okay, fire signs. I am starting the elemental videos, and I was just like, I was getting my New Year's video uploaded for the Lunar New Year. You can check that out after. And I just was like, wow, I'm in a great mood. I'm so ready for this reading. And a song came to mind, and it's a love song. So I suspect many of you fire signs might be falling in love right now, possibly with the self, could be deepening a love you already have with someone else, could be a new love, but all those bugs buzzing around your head. Aw, I hear bugging. That's so cute. Two of Wands? Fire Wands, but also Dominion partnership. So, yeah, I'm suspecting some love going on for fire signs. Alright. Well, they fly in the air as you comb your hair, and the summertime will make you itch the mosquito bites, and they bite, and they bite. Now I don't know what made me think that was a love song. I'm thinking about the lyrics to that song, and I'm like, is that a love song? Like, where did I get this notion from? It's just very cute. Yeah, I still stand by my statement of it being a love song, but no, I don't recognize any declaration of love in the song. Buzzing around your head. Well, they fly in the air as you comb your hair. I don't remember the last time I heard that song. Now I'm all excited because it's just so fucking adorable. And the spider brings down your windshield. I guess I'm still singing it because I'm really trying to remember if there is some kind of love lyric in there, but no, I don't think so. Oh well, okay, so, ooh, bottom of the deck is Sagittarius, the art card. Love that for fire signs because I think any of them, what's the top? The Lovers. Why did I even look at the top of the deck? It's very rare that I do that. But one, it's Gemini, if you're dealing with a Gemini. But two, it's the Lovers, okay? So reiterating that lovey-dovey vibe, right? We had Dominion when I was shuffling, and then Lovers at the top, and like, why'd I even touch it? Like, that's so weird. Then we got Sagittarius, which is fire energy, okay? We have one face down card here. I kind of want one here. I'm going to take the second, okay? Just because it feels good, yeah? I have this reverse pyramid, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 2 face down. So the Lovers also may represent a decision. So there is all of this to factor in the decision that you need to make. And then this is kind of like the 2 results, okay? That's just vibing right now. This is awesome. And y'all are really feeling the cloud 9, I can tell. You better tune in for my Valentine's Day lives. Alright, I will be posting times, but you can check it out. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and I will be on YouTube, but it's hard to announce the time on YouTube, so it's kind of random. You'll have to check on one of the other sites for the schedule, okay? But anyways, super lovey-dovey. Super lovey-dovey. We have Judgment, though, is the first card. So here's the thing, fire signs. You might have your guard up. You might have your walls very high, and you might not even be like accepting that you are feeling this way, and so it's really hard for you to take the next step or make that decision or whatever it is, and you're just like ooh, this doesn't feel good to me. Like, I don't like this. I'm like vulnerable. I'm like, oh, kind of energy. It could also be that there's some kind of hang up in the relationship or in the person that you're interested in, where there might be some kind of prejudice or outside judgment for the relationship, okay? So it could be, something to do with, say, age or race or identity, like queer identity, if you will, sexuality, something new, something maybe different, something that is for whatever reason hard for certain people to accept, more or less. Okay, and there's that kind of judgment. Could be that. Other than that, I feel like you might more be judging yourself. If you're embracing love, or if you're already in a relationship and you're like, I'm not feeling like doubtful like that, or like spiteful in a way, then it's probably more outside judgment. But if this is like a new thing for you, or you're just like, oh, I don't want to have feelings, or if you're like, maybe even if you're in a relationship and you were just kind of like, yeah, no, I like them, but now you're like, oh my god, I love them, like, kind of thing. It's like that. And then we have adjustment. You just got to get used to it. This love isn't going anywhere. In fact, it's probably going to get more serious. We have the Prince of Cups. Okay, so going along with this story that it's you who's holding some type of resentment, it's you got to get used to this feeling, because it's here, and it's about time that you just change your perspective on love, and it's time that you embrace what's happening and realize that you don't know anything about, more or less. I know it sounds kind of weird. It also could be that this relationship's leading to a child, or maybe you have a child. It's the Prince of Cups, so the Cups family is very much family, but if we're talking about relationships, then that's not you being the child. We're not talking about your parents. We're talking about you having children, having a child, having a child on the way, okay? So, could just be your attitude if the child thing doesn't suit you, but get used to it. Learn how to cope. You're in love, okay? I just feel like y'all are in love. It's cute. We do have the Nine of Swords, though, right? First thing. So, some kind of cruelty, some kind of torture, self-harm, I almost said self-mutilation, so I hope nobody's going through that. But, I'm not talking modifications, I'm talking mutilation, and I don't want to get into it. I don't even know why I said it. It was weird. It just, like, came to mind, so somebody might be struggling with that. I'm so sorry. I'm praying for you, but could also be sort of like addiction vibes. I tie that very much to the Devil card. Maybe air energy could be that you just went through a breakup, and that's why you're not really feeling ready for love, and you're like, it's too soon, and I'm not over this, or whatever it is. I'm sensing that maybe, that's why the Gemini's coming up. But then we also have the Ace of Swords, so you're willing to work on it. You're willing to put in the work. You're willing to do whatever it takes to stop whatever this self-harming is. But at the same time, we have the Eight of Cups, which is indolence. So you're like committing to it and saying, yes, I'll do the work, but then you're not actually doing the work. LOL, you're just kind of being on your ass about it, where you got to be a little more proactive. Otherwise, you're going to stay in this Prince of Wands energy. Okay, so you're like, oh, Prince of Cups, new perspective, new life, new hope, new acceptance. But then you're like, just kidding, I'm fucking myself up. But no, I'm totally gonna work on it. Don't worry. No, I'm not doing it right now. But like, back off. Prince of Wands, just kind of like emotional. Like, what the fuck? What makes you think you're ready for this if this is how you're really acting, or this is where your efforts are actually going? You're fighting more to not do the work than you are actually putting in work. Okay? So, it's trying to say you're putting in more energy to not doing it than you are doing it. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the time. Okay. So, Six of Discs, success. You think, well, I have financial success and I'm a stable person and, I've got my plates together. Like, yeah, who's to say what? This, for some reason, just now reminded me of a honeycomb. Think beehive. You're feeling like the queen bee, your hive's running smoothly. So you're just sort of like, I don't really have time to work on myself. Like, yeah, I want to, but like at the same time, I'm busy and I just can't get to it right now. So you're just going to have to put up with me being an asshole. But since you are so secure, you're just kind of like, why shouldn't I? And then Seven of Wands, Valor. You are taking on the world, really. You are facing things that you need to be faced with, but in a more physical sense, it's coming as challenges. How do I explain that? You are doing really well, staying the course. I forgot to shuffle these cards. I'm just going to pull the top. I shuffle them between takes anyways, but for some reason I just realized that I didn't pull them and one of them was tilted, so we'll get to it later, but I'm taking the tops of these for some reason. Okay, anyways, things are going so well materialistically for you that you're taking on challenges that you can handle with grace. But the only reason you're getting those challenges is because you're not learning the lessons or putting in the work that is supposed to go to the self. You're handling well. You're just not actually doing what you're supposed to be doing. And you have the Priestess, so you kind of know that. It's not a secret. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know what table you're seated at here. You know what you are facing, either like at work or something, you know. You already kind of know you're letting a situation distract you from the real deal. And you are being aware that it's both happening. Okay, but then we have Two of Swords, peace. So as soon as you stop this madness and you focus on the right stuff and you commit to this Ace of Swords by adding a second sword and saying, you know what, that is part of the work, is to be at peace, then you start getting your happy endings. Okay, so the minute you stop fighting this, whatever you're doing, this self-sabotage, whenever that stops, right, ending the torture with your treaty, okay, then you really get your happy ending. Then you can experience this love, right? Again, it can seem as stable as you want it to, but it's not ready. You're not ready. But down here, okay, so up top here, we have the Prince of Wands, right? Emotional little fuckboy bitch, just so crazy about it, just misguided, and you know, he's not always that bad, but I'm just feeling that with the cruelty and indolence with him, he's very much feisty, okay? Nobody's trying to fuck with that. But at the bottom here, once you go through this process, you recognize all this and see what steps you have to take. You have the Queen of Wands down here, ready for anything, right? Sitting in the feminine, but also fire, okay? Fire energy, feeling grown, feeling passionate, feeling like you can take it, you can handle these emotions of love. You might even be acting like this because you're feeling so in love and fighting it so hard. But the sooner you accept all of it, the better off you'll be. So we'll say, I don't know. We'll say this is like if you continue to self-sabotage, and this is like when you finally move forward. Six of Swords, science. You'll figure it out eventually. It'll work itself out, even if you continue down this path of hell that you're on right now, even if you continue to do the thing that you're avoiding the work on, it will balance itself out eventually. If you are dealing with an air sign, this difficult time will also balance itself out eventually. Now, say you do move forward and you process. Look it though. You can't actually see it because I'm not fucking with the camera, but we got a pyramid, a reverse pyramid. So it's like 4, 3, 2, 1. But then if you just cut out these couple middle cards, I'm looking at this as a row leading to here, and I'm looking at this leading as a row to here. Okay, so this Nine of Swords, this cruelty, self-torture bullshit leads you to Six of Discs. Yes, you can still be stable, you can still make your money, but eventually you'll have to make peace with it if you really want things to work out. You have to at least admit that you're doing this before you can fix it, and I think denial might be a part of what's going on here. And again, if it's an air sign, then it's like, yeah, it seems like it would be good, but maybe it isn't. You gotta make peace with it so that you can, I'm gonna just take this one too, so that you can work on it together, kind of thing. On this side, we have the Prince of Wands. So if you're starting at the Prince of Wands, the Priestess, you know you have to change. You know you have to put in the work. The Sun, you know that this is what's going to bring you happiness. And then Queen of Wands at the end. What is this? Two of Wands, Dominion. You save the relationship. You embrace the love. You make the decision to be in a partnership. For sure. When you put in the self-care. That's what you get back, is someone who loves you like that. Wow. That's it, fire signs. That was good. Okay, so then I was just thinking like, oh, love songs. And the first thing that came to my head was Laffy Taffy, but as lovey-dovey. Girl, is that lovey-dovey? That lovey-dovey, girl, is that lovey-dovey? Don't ask me why my brain is the way it is. Anyway, I just pulled the top 2 cards for the demons. We're going to see what's going on with the money for fire signs lately. We have my cow saying, focus on opening yourself to greater power and reputation. That is what I'm talking about. You're like, well, I'm making the money and I have a house, so like, who cares how I act? I'm going to continue to fucking self-sabotage and be wild and hate love. And it's like, dude, just like, you could be making even more. You could be having something way better if you would just put in the work to change who you are a little bit, in a sense, or at least change the way that people perceive you. Because of this card, I'm going to say, I don't always recommend this, but maybe watch your rising sign video from last week, or the rising sign element this week, fire signs. I don't know why. I just feel like because we're talking about reputation, I associate reputation more with rising, so I think it's good to just check in to see, you know, maybe the fire sign video is what's going on, but the rising video is going to be what people think is going on. Okay, so watch your rising. Focus on opening yourself to greater power and reputation. Okay, and embracing love and having love in your heart, even if it's not for a specific person. It's like some Beatles shit. It's all you need, and then doors will start opening. It's gonna be beautiful. Fire signs. All right, so we got Yangatang. It's like Bangarang, but Yangatang. I don't even know if I'm saying Yan-Gat-E-Tan. I call him Yangatang. Yangatang. You know, but like Skrillex. Focus on finding your way when off the beaten path, but beware of being led astray by distractions. Oh my God, the whole point is that you're distracted from the real purpose. So maybe part of the self-work is doing what you want to when it comes to your career, instead of being like, well, look, this is a good job, it's stable, it's making me money, it's my, you know, this is how I spend my time, it's no big deal. But really you need to be moving forward with what you expected for yourself at this point in your life, your dream job, your real goals, your personal. Okay? It's just time to do that and put your love into it. Okay? I know you got that elbow grease, fire sign, but come on, we need a little more spark in that step. I think I might be mixing up metaphors, but yeah. We have the Barnbrack, which is sweetness and synergy, so it's going right along with this loving energy. I could not tell you that there was a better overall message for you in this video, but you know, I don't know, you gotta just embrace how you feel. You're fighting it, you want to be tough, you want to be the badass, you don't want people to see you as vulnerable or emotional or anything like that, but it is time to just be like, yeah, I can be soft and sweet and loving and work well with others. Yes, I can. Okay, yes. And the Barnbrack is when everybody comes together at the end of the harvest with what they've got to contribute to putting it in the brim, and then they share it. So it's like, it's all about really coming together with people. You know, it's nothing to hate on. You don't have to be I almost said sole proprietor, but you don't have to be like the individual or the leader, you know, and especially because Sagittarius comes to mind when, I don't want to say bossy, but boss type. And then Aries is the leader in the zodiac, and then everybody gives Leo the center of attention. So you all have that very strong, like, I want to take charge, I want to be the one people listen to. But it's time that you kind of just sit back and learn to work together on it. Okay, especially if you are feeling like you're falling in love, or if you are in a new relationship, it's going to be about figuring out how to compromise with things. Okay, so I think that's good. I'm going to read the cards that came out, but I think I'm good. I don't want any more cards because that was like the message, you know? That was the message. But we have Skull of Light illumination, so anything kept in the dark will come to the light eventually. The things that you cannot see now, you will see soon. So just remember to stay illuminated yourself, okay? Glow from the inside out. The self-work that you need to be putting in, the dreams that you need to follow. Stay on your guided path. Right? So anything that you're doing, you don't understand why you're doing it, you don't understand why you're feeling it, you don't understand people's issues with something, or why this and that, well, you will find out soon enough, fire signs, okay? And what illuminates better than fire? But all in here. Keep it in here. Know that it'll reveal to you, from you, most likely. Okay, and then we have Mummy, change. Things are going to change for you. Probably, I want to say drastically. If you watch the New Year video, you'll see there was some change in that too. So it's a change happening now for this new year. Set your intentions. And then we have Night Song, hidden talents, going back to chasing the dream. There's something that you do that you're not doing fully. You're not doing enough of it. You're not doing it to its greatest potential or to its highest purpose. And it's time that you come out and do it. Pisces season is going to be when shit really begins, which is a week from now that it is the 12th. Okay, so I'm just saying it's time to put yourself out there. We have the Owl, wise seeing, wise action. You better surround yourself with good people whose actions you can imitate gracefully. I don't know how else to say that. Wise seeing, wise action. If you're not seeing wise, are you going to do wise by that? Probably not. Monkey see, monkey do, if that makes more sense. But it's in the sense where you're trying to stay in the positive. Wise mind, all right? Logic and emotion working together to become the most viable solution. So if there's people in your life who are all emotions or all logic, that's not the move right now. That ain't it. That ain't it. Wise seeing, wise action. And then what's this? Black cat, where fortune meets opportunity. You had that 6 of discs. You had that success. Yes, fortune, sure, you're fine. But now, I told you, these doors are going to open. You are going to start seeing and understanding things that you once were confused about. And that's when the real fun begins. Okay, fire signs. Get a cat too, fuck it. Maybe a black cat. Go rescue a cat, fire signs. And if you already did, thank you. Alright. I think that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. It felt really good to me, and good luck with whatever it is that you're going through, okay? I will see you hopefully Saturday for the live. If not, I'll see you next time, next week. Thanks a lot.